Hello Gemini, this is Joe, and we're going to do a singles reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Ascendant, Venus signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and this is for the 11th through the 31st. This again is for Gemini singles, and we're going to see what we get here. Kind of an interesting time to be single, I suppose, and dating, or trying to date, or trying to meet somebody, or maintain a dating relationship with so many things going on in the world today, and the way this whole quarantine thing is going down, and social distancing and isolation. So let's talk about this. We're going to pull some cards, and then I'm going to tilt the camera down, and we're going to talk about the cards. So the first card out is Justice. That's too many. Justice, balance, fairness, equality. And let's see what else we get for Gemini. King of Cups. Alright. Interesting. Oh, I don't know, Gemini. I just get the feeling that so many people are just feeling Nine of Swords, are feeling just disconnected, and that's, doesn't take any, that's just like an obvious statement. This disconnect with the outside world can be a very hard thing. We have the Empress. Could be dealing with pregnancy or children. The Justice card is there. Could be dealing with family law matters. Interesting. Queen of Pentacles. We're going to pull 3 more and see where we're at, Gemini. 8 of Cups. Very much distancing yourself from a past partner. 6 of Cups, looking back, reminiscing, nostalgia maybe. And then finally, let's see what else we get. Let's look at what's going on here. Gemini singles. Oh. Knight of Pentacles. Slow but steady wins the race. Alright, so I'm going to tilt the camera down, and then we are going to talk about your spread, Gemini. Okay, Gemini, so we definitely have an interesting spread for you here, and this is definitely about that that betrayal. And what we do have here on the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Swords. So Ten of Swords is really a heavy place to be in. This is your recent past. This could be within months, weeks, but nonetheless it's in your past, and it's still very much a part of your present circumstances as far as how you think and feel. But this is a feeling of defeat, and a feeling of being somebody really doing you wrong. And a knife in the back is a very hard thing to deal with. And the Ten of Swords, 10 of them, so to speak, is overkill. So somebody was very bad. Somebody definitely in your past was very much a narcissist. I think somebody was very much vindictive, and they really did a number on you, and it, I think, put you in a place where you had no choice but to end a relationship. And so now you're single, and you have the Justice card, which is the first one, in this spread, and justice is all about the fairness and balance in life, and with relationships with people and circumstances. It could be any number of things, but this is all about fairness and balance, and sometimes this can be about legal matters, in fact. And to me, in this Gemini, I think this could point to some type of family law legal matter with a divorce and or a separation, and this could be about receiving what's fair for you on your end. We do have the Empress, and we're going to get to that in a minute, but reason why I say that is in this, to me, I feel the Six of Cups, the Justice card, and the Empress together are telling me this is somewhat about children and family, a divorce or a breakup, and now being in that place where you're single. This really shows me that there was a lot of heartache and a lot of betrayal on somebody's part. And so we have the Nine of Swords, and to have the 9 and 10 of Swords is pretty heavy. This is just not being able to deal with the pain and the heartache and the stress and the anxiety and the fear of the situation. And this could be regarding getting proper support for a child or children. This could also be about separation and the division of assets, and it could also be about any number of things in a relationship when you separate and things kind of come apart. So the Nine of Swords here is and the Ten of Swords is very telling, and it talks about a very heavy feeling. Now, but before we get to that, we have Justice, like I said, and this is all about getting what's fair and getting what is owed to you in the situation. And this is about that fairness and that balance. And out of that, we also have the King of Cups. The King of Cups could be somebody in your surroundings. Could be a lawyer. It could be somebody that's giving you advice, somebody that's helping you in the legal system, and is really giving you some emotional support and encouragement to just stay positive and to keep going. They're maybe helping you through the process and giving you advice and guidance throughout this. So that's what I see here with the King of Cups, the Justice, the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords. But the Empress doesn't always, and I don't always take cards at face value, but the Empress can sometimes be about pregnancy and children. And I think this does have that element of children and family involvement. You have the Six of Cups here too, and the Six of Cups is that reflection of the past, looking back at the past. It could be also talking about your youth, nostalgic kind of thoughts, but this is about the past family unit to me and how that family unit has been broken. But we do have the Queen of Pentacles, so we're going to go to there first and talk about the Queen of Pentacles. So being on your own, being separated, having to hold things together, especially right now during this time, is a very difficult thing. And this is generally a very practical, nurturing person, knowing that you hold an element of practicality and this stability that you create that starts from within, but also really longing and wanting that long-term stability in your life. And the this is coming out of that. This is trying to get yourself together to a place of stability and feeling stable. So I think that the Queen of Pentacles really is talking about you just getting things together internally and in your external world, and trying to move on from a situation that has been very, very difficult. The Eight of Cups is that walking away, and the Six of Cups again is about that looking back on that family unit and looking back on what it was that has now been essentially fallen apart. But you do have the Knight of Pentacles, and this is, it's not a fast kind of, movement. It's not moving on quickly, but nonetheless, it's moving on. It's being concerned with your environment. It's being concerned with maybe money, concerned with what is yours, and also is about taking the high road and not getting involved in the back and forth drama, and just taking things, what's yours, and just going and separating yourself from that drama. But mostly I think this is you just taking that high road and pulling yourself together. And you know that by doing this, you're going to get a lot farther ahead in your environment, in your home life, and by focusing on pulling yourself together. So that's kind of where we're at here. This is kind of where you're at for the month of May, and I don't really see any kind of anything coming in for love and relationship. This is not probably a time for you to be exploring that, and it doesn't appear that that's even remotely on your mind. We're going to pull one of these and just see what we get to cap this off. Blessed. So we have that element of feeling blessed. Some of this could be prayer and gratitude, knowing that you're being taken care of, and that people around you that are helping you, connection with your higher power, and feeling that that blessing that comes with feeling like you're being taken care of, and that your prayers are being answered, and that the whole premise of gratitude is probably carrying you some distance. And it's always it's always completely different when we come from a place of gratitude instead of resentment. But I think this is also knowing that no matter what happens, you are going to be okay. You are going to be protected, and you're going to be cared for, and you're going to be guided by the divine to assist you in your path. So I think that's where you're at this month. There's not a whole lot of love. There's distancing from a relationship, and that pretty much is where you're at. So with that said, if this makes sense to you, you'll know it. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to hear more, Gemini. This is again for Gemini singles. Those of you that are looking for love, Gemini, it doesn't look like it's here. And I think that this is about being being focused on yourself and regrouping and gathering everything together to have some sense of stability at the outset of May, and really going into June working on that stability. And after some time, of course, who knows what will happen with your love life then. So with that said, I'm going to end it here. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great rest of your day.